What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mike It Yourself. In this week's video, we're going to take a look at a couple of products that we've installed or installing on the bikes, and we'll just kind of go through them, my thoughts on them, and then eventually we'll cover them again once we do a review on them. So let's jump into these products real quick. All right, so the first thing we're going to be installing, and again, we're not going to cover the installation process because it's literally 4 screws, not a big deal, easy peasy. But what we're talking about is a new windshield. So this is the long ride shield. I think this is their 10-inch thresher, I believe it is. But the big point of this one is it's got that flare. Now this is a competitor to, of course, Memphis Shades and Clockworks. It's a lower priced windshield, but I think they look great. And I try not to get into the trap of marketing and stuff like that. So we'll throw it on, we'll take a look and get a good feel for it. But we're going to compare it really quick. Let's look side by side what this looks like compared to the stock. So here's our stock shield on the bike, and it's straight, right? Like there's no flare to it. And what this new shield here is going to bring in is that flare to really help disrupt the air coming over your fairing for less buffeting on your head and just better blockage, right? So I went with a 10-inch based on the recommendation and how I saw it looked like on my buddy Doyle's bike, Lucille. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, check out Blue Bike and Doyle channel here on YouTube. Really solid guy, and got some cool stuff going on there, so check out his channel. Long ride shields, if you guys are watching this, you need to reach out and hook him up, because it's because of him I bought your shield. So yeah, you got an ambassador out there. So anyhow, let's go ahead and take off this stock shield. We'll put this shield on and take a look at what it looks like, and then we'll jump into the other products. So I did want to give you a quick comparison of what the stock looks like next to the LRS shield, and you can see it's a little bit bigger. I think the stock ones are like 8-inch maybe. I guess we could measure it, but probably not as important. Now, one thing to note is when you do remove your stock shield, it doesn't, because it's got the slits cut here, you don't have to pull the screws out all the way for your stock shield. But when you're putting on the new shield, those holes are not slit through, so you do have to put the screw, you have to pull it all the way out so you can put the screw through that hole in order to mount it. Now what's really cool is LRS has this little sticker here, and they're basically saying, look, before you pull the plastic off and call this a done deal, to install it, inspect it, make sure it's solid, and if it's not up to your standards, send it back, right? Do a return exchange kind of thing. I think that's really cool. That's awesome to me. Again, customer satisfaction is a big deal, regardless of the product quality. If you have good customer service, then you're going to get people coming back to you. So that's really cool that they do that. I know that this is what I wanted. I wasn't concerned very much with the height. The thing I was looking for the most was just that deflection of the air. So I'm going to get what I wanted. Now, I did go with a little lighter shade of windshield, and that's because this does sit a little bit higher, and if I'm going to be looking through it, I wanted to be able to see through it a little bit easier, but I didn't want clear either. So I went with that medium tint. I think it looks great. At the end of the day, it's not like it's going to serve as sunglasses for me, so I'm not really concerned. So we'll see what it looks like, once we put it on. So I just wanted to point out those two things, kind of the size difference, and then just that customer service that they put out there. It's pretty cool. Shield is on. Super easy to install. Like I said, it's the 4 screws that you have on. Because I have the LEDs here, of course you got to manage holding on to those while you swap things out, but ultimately it looks great. So I really love, like I said, it has that curve, so I'm really jacked about getting out on the road, seeing how this thing feels compared to what the stock shield was. But I think it's going to be a definite win, and yeah, time's going to tell. So once I get a couple miles on this thing, I'll come back to you guys and let you know my thoughts on it. But ultimately, doesn't feel like it's thin or anything crazy. It looks, I like the tint. I'm good with the medium tint, and I love the fact that they kind of right up front, they let you know, try this on, ride it without taking off the plastic, and if you don't like it, you know, return exchange kind of thing, versus it being a struggle right up front. I just, you know, let me know what it is, that way I don't have to guess. So really appreciate that. Let's look at two other things that we did, and we'll wrap up this video. So if you've been following my videos, you know that we just recently put lowers on, and one of the things that I wanted to add was some highway pegs, just to allow me to stretch my legs when I do feel the need or whatever. And so again, this is just a product thing, not so much installation, because it's simple as putting on your highway peg. But these are the Streamliner pegs from, I want to say this is TCMT or TMT. There's a couple of lines, I think it's the exact same company, they just use or go by different names. But the quality of this thing is really good. They're nice, they're heavy, the chrome looks great on them, and they mirror exactly like the Streamliner setup, so that really works out well. I'm gonna give these, you know, a good turn and see how they go, and yeah, we'll just kind of keep an eye on it and see if we run into any kind of like corrosion problems or the rubber separating or anything like that. But based on what I'm seeing right now, I think they're going to do just fine. If you are putting highway pegs on your bike and you have the lowers, don't forget you need to get the ones that are a little bit longer, because if you don't, then you're going to run into some issues with being able to, like, you know, get your leg out there, right? So these are really nice. They're adjustable. These ones came with my bike when I bought it, so you may have to do some shopping around. I know I've seen them on Amazon, so just, you know, keep that in mind when you do your shopping, if you're going to get yourself some highway pegs. Let's look at one more foot control, and then we'll wrap this video. All right, so I went ahead and replaced the brake pedal, brake cover, whatever you want to call it, with the Willy G, and all the credit goes to Mo Fugger, who is one of my viewers, and he said, Mike, you got to complete the set, like don't leave it hanging. I was gonna go with just a simple black cover, kind of the stock like cheapy version of it, but I went ahead and did it, and I'm absolutely 100% glad I did. The quality of these things is amazing, and Harley Davidson, I think, is the only place you can get the authentic Willy G skull badged stuff. So 100% worthwhile. I don't anticipate any problems with them. It's a super easy install. It's literally one bolt in the back. You undo it, you pull it off, you put it on, and you move on. So very, very cool. I love how it looks. You can't beat it. Okay guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. It's a little bit of a short one. Again, this is gonna be more product focused this time. So we got the long ride shield. We'll see how that turns out. I'm really excited about, you know, seeing what that's going to be with that flare. I'm kind of anticipating a huge difference in that, you know, wind buffeting that I was experiencing with the stock shield. We looked at the highway pegs, which I think are really, really great for the price that you get them. It's off of Amazon. Just type in like Streamliner pegs or Streamliner foot controls or whatever, and you'll find them. Again, super budget friendly, and they look great. I think they're great quality. Can't go wrong there. The other thing is that brake pedal. Huge shout out to my viewer, Mo. I really appreciate you recommending it. I think you're 100% correct that that made a huge difference in what those foot controls look like. So if you're looking for that authentic Willy G setup, man, Harley Davidson, it's the only way you can go. They are a little pricey, but it's worthwhile. They look amazing, so you can't go wrong there. It's gonna be worth money. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber already, join the community. I would love to hear your input, your experience, and I hope you learn something from my videos. And if you don't want to miss it on the next video, hit the notification bell. And until a video does come out, I hope to see you in the win.